So I'm going to shade in 5 of those 7s. Okay, so I'm done shading 5 of those 7s. Just do it nice and light. If you want, nice and light. Doesn't have to be a beautiful piece of art. So I'm imagining now that those 5 7s aren't right there anymore. I'm imagining that those 5 7s aren't there anymore so I can focus on doing the 2 9s. So here's what my brain is doing. I'm going to try to ignore those guys, and I'm going to split up into 9ths. I'm going to split this up into 9ths, but you guys can't do that, so we're still imagining. Okay, we're still imagining, so we have to break this up into 9ths. So the way I do that is I put it into 3s, and break those up into 3s. So I broke those up into 3s. And how many of those 9ths do I need to shade in? There's 2 of them. Oops. I'm going to go yellow. 2 of those 9ths. I'm shading. Two of those 9ths shade in. Then I know that I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those that are double shaded. And the double shaded goes in the numerator, and the total amount, so 10 of those 63 boxes are shaded in. 10 of those 63 boxes are shaded in. So, how would you explain what we did there? I kind of just did say it out loud. How would you do it, Mr. Weber?
Well, so you add all the boxes.
Okay, but what boxes? Think about, you're explaining what you did. What boxes are you talking about?
All
So you're explaining how you completed the problem, because all you see is just an empty square. Good. So you draw the lines from the denominator. Okay, so each denominator is going to be broken up, right? Good. Continue. Shade in the numerator. Good. Good. I like it. Very, very similar to what we did last period. We divided the square into columns or rows from the denominators, then shaded those sections from the numerators. Change a little bit the corresponding sections from the numerators. You know what? Actually, I want you to put it in your own words, the second part. So that's how we got there. Now, what was the answer? So that's what we did to find the answer. And what is the answer? I want you to write that in your own words. In your own words, you're writing something along the lines of what happened to the ones that are double shaded. I see why your handwriting might be a little bit worse than you can do. Try doing this. Yep, like that. Let your index finger go down the barrel of it, like this, like you're pointing at what you're doing. Try that. It's going to feel really weird. Yep, because you want to be able to support the tip and get it to go exactly where it is. You're going to put your finger on this side. Oop, nope, just there, like that. Try writing like that. And a little bit more upright. The eraser being a little more upright. Because you're writing with using your thumb, but it's supposed to be your thumb and your index finger. Try it. Try it.
What do you want me to write?
Hello, I'm in math class. Try it.
Still bad.
Well, yeah, you just changed the way that you write. Okay. Rules for multiplying. That's like when kids are really young and they grab a crayon like this because they don't have the ability to do this. And you're writing like, I don't know how, but keep going with whatever you got, but it'll take some practice. Rules for multiplying. You guys had this last year. It is multiply across the numerators. Multiply across the numerators. And then you're going to multiply across the denominators as well. Multiply across the numerators, multiply across the denominators. And then party. Yeah, it's simplified. Simplify. And simplify. With mixed numbers, whenever we have mixed numbers, what you need to do is you need to change the numbers into improper fractions. You need to change the number into improper fractions. Then you follow the same steps for multiplying fractions from above. It is Marty Monday, but I'm recording. I'll do the Marty voice later. Then follow the steps for multiplying fractions from above, and then party. Simplify. So that's all from last year. Now let's get into the 7th grade version of this. No. You cannot be a Toys R Us kid your whole life. You have to grow up. Mentally, you can stay young, but as far as your scholastic ability goes, no. We're going to make sure that continues. So the first thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to change mixed numbers into improper fractions. Change mixed numbers into improper fractions, and you simplify before you multiply. What? Find numbers that evenly reduce into the diagonals. So diagonals would be numerator to denominator. Numerator, yep. Evenly reduce. No, look. Stick with us. I don't know where you were. There. So we zoned out for about 3 minutes, it looks like. So for the example, it says 3 3/8 multiplied by -5 1/3. You have to change all mixed numbers to improper fractions. My brain did not want to know what to say there. So let's do that right here. So I have 3 3/8. It's already been done below, but we're going to write it out as well. Multiplied by -5 1/3. The way that I make my mixed numbered improper fraction is I have to multiply these two numbers together. So I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to do the cross, the x for multiplying in that situation. Then I need to add the numerator. So I have 24 plus 3, which is 27 over 8. Multiplied by 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. -16 over 3. Now, I put that negative symbol on my numerator. I recommend putting the negative symbol on your numerator because if it's out front, like it is in the question, you might forget about it. Like, see how, yeah. I'll show you in a minute. So now I'm going to cross cancel. I'm going to cross cancel to simplify before dividing. And here's what's happening with that. I'm going to zoom in a whole bunch so you can see what's happening. Now, we are going to try to find a common factor that is across the multiplication symbol and numerator denominator. Okay? Numerator denominator. So is there anything that can go into I'm not going to use pink. Need something more different. Is there anything that goes into 8 and -16? What do you got? 8. There's 8 that goes into it. So I'm going to write divided by 8 right here and divided by 8 right here. And Adam, do you know anything that can be go into 27 and 3? 3? 3. Yep. Because it becomes 9, not... Oops. See, I'm sitting here questioning what you just did, and I wrote it. Or questioning your clarity. Questioning your clarity. So, now I have this reduced. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 8 divided by 8 is 1. -16 divided by 8 is -2. And 3 divided by 3 is just 1. So it just becomes -18. And that's also worked out to the left if you want to see like the digital version of it in your notes. So it became -18. All right, let's do a couple of examples. Independent examples. Independent when we're depending on each other. So, is there anything in here that can be reduced? Can anything be reduced? Yeah.
You can reduce the 3 on the numerator and the denominator 3.
Good. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it nice and big so you guys can see what's happening. So I'm going to... There it is. I'm going to reduce the 3, as Chase just said, by 3 by 3. So now what I have left is 1 over 4 multiplied by negative 1 over 1, which comes out to be negative 1/4, and that's my answer. Negative 1/4. Let's do number 3 next. What's my first step that I have to do here? Yes? Make mixed numbers into improper fractions. And where did she know that if she didn't think of that off the top of her head? Where would she know that, Ramit? On the page, exactly. Everybody, if you're having trouble with something, you would look back at these notes and see, because this is a mixed number, right? Look at your notes where it says mixed number. Everyone look at your notes where it says mixed number, please. Yeah.
You would multiply the whole number by the numerator, and then by the denominator, and then you would add the numerator.
Beautiful. Good. So we know how to do mixed numbers into improper fractions. And in your notes, it shows you exactly what to do when you have a mixed number. So I'm going to reduce this by 2. I'm going to reduce this by 2. I'm going to reduce this by 5. Reduce that by 5. And I have I want you to do number 2 and number 4 by yourself after I answer this question. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want you to do number 2 and number 4 on your own. I'm going to start working on it in a couple of seconds, but I want you to work on that one. Why do you only have answers written? What is your expectation when I write something on the board?
Write it down too.
That you write it down too. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yep. Didn't we do that on? Yeah, we did that here. Mm-hmm. Did I give you the homework? Oh. Or not the homework, the notes. You are to be working on these, and why do you not have written what I have written? You didn't have time. Yeah, you did. You were zoning out. Again, that's twice. If your independent examples for number 1 and number 3 do not look exactly like that, I am not your babysitter. The expectation that you do this, what I write, when I write, how I write it, that is the expectation. Not for you to sit here and do nothing because you need a babysitter. Don't waste your time. You are wasting your time. It's not an option. It's not optional to write that down. Are you writing it down now since I have it showing for you? Let's go. Then move closer. Then move closer. Not as far as you are now. So move closer and write it down. Then move closer. Do you understand that you're creating a problem that isn't, that's your creation? Yes. Number 4? Okay, I'm going to write it out here. Yep. I'm going to start with these. So you should have negative, or you have positive 1/3 because they have a negative multiplied by a negative. Is that how you set up your improper fraction? Okay. So small black. Now with this next one we have a 9 and a 2, and they don't have a common factor, and I don't have to reduce them. So this is staying a 9. This goes -1. That stays a 2. So now it's just -9/2, but simplified. I have 4 and 1/2, and it's going to be negative. So write down what I have written down. No, you need to write this down, and then you can ask questions later because you're not finishing. Okay, but I need you, listen to what I'm saying. Write that down. Then you can look at your paper all you want to try to understand, and you can ask me, then let it process. Yes. Yes.
I did all of that right, except I just got confused. I thought I was supposed to simplify like the -9 over 2. I thought I did something.
Ah.
I didn't simplify.
Right. Yeah, if you did not simplify in the biggest factors that you can, then you're going to have to reduce again at the end. Okay? But just make sure that because it's an improper fraction, that doesn't mean that you did something wrong. It doesn't mean you did something wrong. So rather than sitting here having a conversation with your neighbor, write down your work. Okay? I'm begging you. Do you have it written down now so you can give yourself a chance tonight in your homework? Okay, still not that one?